Who's she? Over there.
Anna. She arrived from Moscow a short time ago. Want me to introduce you?
Oh, she is not happy.
I think that what intrigued me the most, it's just the idea, you know, of she's a model and, you know, everything is like, wow, and glamorous. And then she meets this guy and... Where's the button? Poof! And she kills him. I'm like, okay, something is wrong here.
I want to have this intelligence of the script. I think I'm a little sick of films where I know exactly what's gonna happen. You know, I want something more challenging for the audience.
It's been great to work with Mr. Besson and playing this fantastic role within a group of people which I admire massively.
I was amazed and flattered and thrilled that Luc Besson would ask me to be in one of his movies. He always has these very strong female characters. And certainly this film is a manifestation of that.
We're living in a world where we don't believe, you know, right away what we see. And I want to build a story where every time you see something, it's not exactly what happened. So Anna is a woman like a Russian doll. Like there's a woman, but inside there's another one, and there's another one. And you're wondering which one is the real one. And then suddenly when I got this idea of like, okay, let's put the dolls one in each other. And then I get really excited. And then I start writing, and it took a couple of weeks. That's it. It's very fast after that.
It's amazing, this idea that Luc had of flashbacks. It's just absolutely fascinating. We never know what's really happening.
And I love that. It was so fun to write that, to tease the audience.
What the hell's going on?
I came to say goodbye. For good.
What I like about the woman is physically, most of the time, they look fragile, but they are so strong.
She's young and she lost her parents and life wasn't exactly very nice to her. And then at some point, like all of us in real life, she takes a decision that, no, now I'm in control of my own life. If you want to survive, you gotta be strong.
Good. I think like all my characters have the same pattern. There's a bit of Joan of Arc in Anna. She's a real fighter. There's a bit of Lucy. She's innocent and then she gets stronger. On Valerian, I was looking for aliens. And when I met Sacha, she looks like an alien. She's like so tall. And she takes lessons on acting every day for a year.
Little more, Marie Antoinette. Perfect.
There's a couple of girls, like even big names, you know, for Anna. But I give her a shot and she do the test and everybody say, whoa, we want this one.
I'll take her. On trial. If it doesn't work out, I'll send her home in body bag.
Deal.
The idea of actually participating and working with Luc Besson was obviously very, very attractive to me. What he wanted me to play was a certain kind of disappearance into a kind of a character, and that I always find that exciting.
Olga's a bitch, like a the biggest one in a movie.
Anna. Olga?
No one fucks with KGB.
Anna and Olga are like very similar, and Olga tests Anna a lot.
I know you, Anna. I know you like my own daughter.
Alan Mirren is a little piece of chocolate. In French, we say it's a délice.
Her performance is just phenomenal, and sometimes when it wasn't even my scene, I would just like sort of be there to see her acting, because it's such a delight.
And we work a lot on the character. We change the color of the eyes, the wig. She has a limp.
Do you know why I have a limp? During training, I was dropped in the Karakan forest in Siberia. There are wolves in the Karakan. There are also wolf traps buried in the snow. So I dragged a steel jaw on my leg for 3 days. When I finally got back to the camp, my instructor handed me a screwdriver and said, "Trouble never sends a warning."
I didn't want the accent to be too strong because, you know, it's always rather difficult, I think, for the audience to have to listen to a film completely in an accent.
And she brings a lot of little details. There's little thing with a spoon and a kind of like jelly in a coffee. And she said, it's my grandmother. My grandmother in Russia, that's what she was doing all the time.
We should give her an extra minute.
Why? Why is that?
Because accomplishing this mission in 5 minutes is impossible.
Adversity is a good teacher.
And Luke Evans, I fly to see him. We have a lunch and we fall in love, honestly.
And he dropped into the conversation this character called Alex, and that he was in the KGB. And I was very excited. You know, I'm a huge fan of Luke's work. Well, not everyone makes it through, I'll give you that. But you've got a shot. For now, enjoy the moment.
Luke Evans trained himself for 4 months to have proper Russian accent.
Sacha obviously is a very successful model, and I think she told me very early on that she spent 10 years losing the accent.
So we have a scene together. I have to have like a very thick Russian accent, and Luc Besson goes, "Why you sound American?"
When I'd done so much prep on this accent, there was a couple of moments when she was like, "Oh, thank God you're here doing it because it's reminding me of what I need to do." So I was like, "Okay, great, that's fine."
Any more lovers you want to tell us about?
No, just two of you.
On the set, it was interesting because Sacha was scared of Cillian because he played so like, you know, so strange, so bizarre. So she was like scared by him a little bit.
Cillian, you know, he just has something that, like, it's a cold shower when he enters the room.
We're gonna answer yes or no, and don't lie because trust me, I'll know. Do you know who I am? Right answer.
I mean, his eyes, when he looks at you, you go like, I did something wrong. It's like crazy.
I met him a couple of years ago and I proposed a small part in the film. And unfortunately, he said no. But we, you know, I like the guy and we have a good contact, so I call him back and say, you can't say no 3 times, you know that. So I made this second proposal and then he said yes.
Don't look so surprised. I told you I'd see you around.
The film happens in the 70s and 80s. And I like the period. Today, with the internet, all these stories will be nerds, 15 years old, and they're on a computer, and that's it. I want the real stuff. I want the old-fashioned, and I love that. And it gives a threat through the film, much more important than in a spy movie. You press a button, and then a rocket goes somewhere to someone. And action, 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 action.
I think that Luke is like an ultimate sort of female director because he has a great sense of like style because he does everything.
He's either like a composer putting this note in and that note in, or he's like a painter thinking, I want a bit of yellow there. No, Helen, you're giving me red. I want yellow.
Luke is quite fascinating. He's the first director I've worked with that actually operates the camera. So he's not just on set, but he's actually in front of me on the camera.
It's a combination of instinct and great technical ability of knowing exactly what a certain size of a lens does, what a camera move does.
Good. Very good. The good thing is when you make a film about 70s and 80s, you have a lot of references. So I spend a lot of time on internet looking for pictures, and I work with Hugues since ever for a long time, and he's a warrior.
Bonjour, Hugues Tissandier, production designer sur le film Anna. C'est le fait de replonger dans un univers des années 90 avec effectivement l'Est, l'Ouest. Donc on est vraiment à la limite en fait de la tombée du mur et donc fin de la guerre froide. avec effectivement des ambiances un peu lourdes à mettre en place, avec effectivement ces images telles qu'on s'en souvient, effectivement d'images dures, des clichés d'univers en fait complètement opposés qui s'affrontent. Et comme en même temps c'est dans plusieurs pays, dont l'Est, l'Ouest et l'Europe, donc voilà, ça permettait de jouer sur plein d'ambiances.
Luke did a fantastic job because there are like some sets were Russian apartment, for example, and everything was just on point, and there were like Russian plates which you don't really use anywhere else, and I remember it when I had sort of the same things when I was growing up. So it was like fascinating.
Ce qui était plutôt très bien, parce qu'en fait, c'est dès qu'il était disponible, il était complètement open sur le film, sur l'ANA. Et donc là, effectivement, il y a cette... ça passe beaucoup par le dialogue, il y a énormément, effectivement, d'allers-retours. Et ça permet, comme ça, de pouvoir travailler avec lui et ensuite, effectivement, plonger dans les repérages, plonger dans les dessins, plonger dans tous ces univers.
He can work on a very small scale and a huge scale, and you know, he's really you can't go on a battle without him.
Well, we shot in Paris, which is wonderful. The other day we were in front of the Eiffel Tower at dawn. So yeah, we've had some amazing locations.
Russia was a little bit more complicated. I went there 4 months before, asking for authorizations. No problem, we take care of it. And then the day before the shooting, I say, oh, we don't have the authorization. Say, okay, what I'm gonna do? So you have to be very prepped, very organized, but be able to switch if you need to.
My first shot was in Moscow. So Luke managed to get us into the country, and we shot like crazy. I mean, we were like a pack of wolves moving from one subway station onto the train with the cameras, shooting on the train, getting off the train, finding another corner of another subway. And we'd shoot again, and then we'd run off because we had 2 policemen who were following us, and we had to be... I mean, it was crazy, but it was brilliant. And it was my introduction to the world of Luc Besson and how he shoots.
Bahamas, it's very hard to shoot because you don't want to work. There is no way that you wake up in the morning, you look at the beach and the sun, and you say, oh, I don't want to work.
Enjoy your vacation.
Even got you a present. Here, it's a postcard.
I'd rather being in Moscow by -25 with the snow. At least you work.
Lovely. Time to get back to work.
The whole world of spies has always fascinated me. I mean, obviously as an actor, because in a way that's what we do. You know, we pretend to be other people.
I'm a good liar.
No, if you'd lied, you would have known.
There's a tempo to the story. It's quite shocking at times. But it's a great ride, and I think in the hands of Luc Besson, it's fantastic.
This is what I think right now at this moment in this society, in this world. You know, I think movies are like that, and I love that.
It's the best thing happened to me. Just being a lead character in a Luc Besson movie and being in the same movie with such amazing actors as Helen Mirren and Cillian Murphy and Luke Evans, it's like, it's a dream come true.